don't want to wear masks tonight. Like, I heard it at the tables. So I think that these will be more popular as the summer comes as well. Here, I'll just show you. So this is my sample. Just tie this up quick. Sorry. Just a small plug for my sewing group. It's $20, by the way, to join, and the materials be provided. So I was going to apply for grants, but I'm thinking that, Nez, will you do a fundraiser so that we can do this Canadian Cultural Caucasian class?
We'll see after you turn around here. We'll figure that out.
The only thing I ask is that there's no cultural appropriation of this, because this is very Southern. This is my maskini. Good? Yeah? You like it? So if you're interested at all, sign up in the back. I'd be careful of the tan lines, but that's what we'll be doing. I'm very, very excited. So just sign yourselves up, and that will be awesome. And then, I just want to say I thank you so much for coming out tonight. I'm really, really, really grateful. And I know that you could have been playing bingo at home instead. And since you're not, we just have a small game. And maybe Des, do you mind picking up the first number?
All right, here we go.
This is exciting, guys.
Here we go, you guys. Come on, everybody, get your numbers out.
Woo! Okay. N36. Awesome. That's great. Yeah. Just sit down. It's okay. We just wanted to know the number exists. Okay, Des, if you pull a real number this time. Listen to that old lady yelling in the back there. What the fuck? Okay, we have O74. Anybody? O74? No O74. You know why? Because there's only 50 seats and 75 fucking numbers. I would not have to do this 15 more times. Okay. It's your fault, Des. You should have made bingo cards with 50 numbers, see? Please the people. Or maybe we would have upset them. B13. Oh, come on. I put them out at random. There's no B13? What if it's at the table? Does anybody see it at the table? Anybody want to run to the other table and see what they win? Yeah, there's a great guy.
Or pretend you have B13. There we go.
No, okay, we're gonna keep this shenanigans up. See, this is like bingo at home.
Oh my God.
It's just as exciting as if you were sitting at home doing this.
Don't blame the caller now.
O65. I think I could actually be a bingo caller. O65. That's O65? No? Okay. See, actually, the reason we're doing this is because I do want to train to be a bingo caller. B14. Do we have a B14? I'm trying out my different voices. No,
Are
B14?
any of these numbers out there? Are you sure these numbers are matching with one of the ones that
I don't know what the hell's
This
happening,
is just
but
getting more painful as we go on.
I'm sorry you're in pain. You're the one who caused me pain. Were you the one in the back suit that day? O63. O63. Woo! Bingo! That's awesome! So excited for you. Nice. Okay, well, that'll just put an end to everything. Okay, this is yours. You are the lucky winner. Just wait till you see what you get. Enjoy. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I'll pass the mic over to you. Have a great night. Thank you.
Democratic, everybody. Thank you so much. I just about owed the town $2,000. I'm sure it's more than that. That's all it would be. All right. That is where I put the microphone. All right, everybody, again, thank you very much to Eva for that. That was awesome. All right, we are going to keep this train a-rolling, everybody. That's how much we're keeping this train rolling. I need my notes to remind me where we were in the program. All right, everybody, now, thank you very much to Eva for that. That was awesome. We've got some music coming up here. We have got Chris Bruckner coming up. Everybody, give Chris a hand. All right, Chris. All right, yeah, keep it going for Chris. Dead air. Woo! Let's go, everybody. Again, keep your phones out. Give money to Arctic Paws. Here we go. Chris Bruckner. I did not bet the music, so I really apologize if this is offensive. I don't know what he's about to sing. So here we go, everybody. Thank you again, Chris Bruckner.
We'll keep it PG. This is an old guitar. It may require a little bit of tuning, so be patient, please. Here's a little Irish jig. Here's one for all the gamers out there. Anybody know the name of that one? You're probably my age if you know it.
Mario?
Yeah, that's it. Mario 2. Okay, could I have my interpretive dancer to the stage, please? No! For the first time ever, Jana's being shy, everybody. Just pretend it's the kitchen. Okay, all right. This is called Heartland Air. One more for now. Thank you.
All right, everybody, one more time here. Chris Bruckner, everybody. That was awesome. Thank you so much. I was digging the Mario one. He's like, what's the name of that song? And I'm like, shit, I know it's Mario, but is there a name for it? Like, is it like, Peach's Sonnet or something? And I'm looking through my head, just feeling like so dumb. But there we go. Awesome. All right, we're going to keep this going again. Thank you again, everybody, for sticking with us here tonight, for being a part of tonight. Thank you again to Northwind Industries for sponsoring this awesome event. Again, it is the first of very many. Very many. We're going to be doing this just because we want to, like I said, get this community back to, if we can even call it normal. I mean, were we ever normal? I think we're kind of north of normal here, but whatever. What I want to do is I want to have us gathered like this. I want to feel that energy. Come on, you guys. I want to feel that energy from you, like at least like once a month. Let's make this our monthly visitor, right? Can we make these shows here like just the monthly happening in Inuvik? Like the full moon, every single month here, we're going to have the happening that will be an open mic. So please tell your friends, tell your family, anybody you want that has a talent that they might not even fucking want to, but push them out of that shell. Push them out of that shell and let them know that we are here and we want to see their talents. So, speaking of talents, because I'm the king of segues, Aiden Kunizi, everybody, is going to take the stage here. Please give him a round of applause, and let's hear it for Aiden.
Good evening. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
I'll be performing a very old song, a classical piece. It is called Asteria's Leanda. Okay, because I was plugged into it earlier.
Okay, yeah. Chris, is that okay? Where's Chris? Is it cool if you plugged into your amp?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you, Chris.
It's on right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right, thanks again to Chris.
me and my fat ass getting up here so slow. Aiden Kunisi, one more time, everybody. Give him a big round of applause. That was amazing. Very talented. Thank you so much. And out here at the open mic is we're about showcasing talents. Well, mostly talented. The next person coming up here after, I'm just messing it up here. I'm messing it up here. Before the clown show begins, Matt Chudik is going to come up here one more time to share some more of his poetry, everybody. Matt, come on up here. We want to hear more of that awesome wit here, buddy. This is sharp. Here we go, everybody. Matt Chudik, one more time.
All right, just a quick one for you guys this time. This one, bit of context. Spent some years living in Toledo. Do you guys know Toledo? It's a little town like halfway to Yellowknife from here. It's got a river that runs past it. It's the Mackenzie. You guys might know it. The Date Show if you live around there. All right, hang on. Can you guys hear me? Is that clear? All right. Excuse me. So anyway, the river freezes, it breaks up in the spring. When that happens in Toledo, there's like a bottleneck upriver. So all the water melts down south, the bottleneck's downriver, comes down south and it squeezes all the ice into the bottleneck. And so the river starts like creaking and groaning. And then one day it like cracks and the ice is like a meter or two thick. These massive icebergs get like thrust out of the river. The water's all piling up, so the river rises like 2 meters. These huge icebergs are all over the place. This amazing transition. But for a week before that happens, everyone in town's like, oh, I heard it creak. It's definitely breaking up today. Today's the day. No, I've been listening to it for years. I know exactly the creaking sound it makes. This is the one. So that's what this poem's about. All right, it's called The Breakup of. The ravens were converging. The word had spread around. The stiff and frozen Deitro had spoken a great sound. A crack had rent the stillness, a violent monologue, a call through all the tiger plains that were fast becoming bog. It woke the sleeping grizzlies. It startled the poor moose. It told the wolf and caribou that the ice was coming loose. And the flying geese had heard it, and the muskox on Bear Rock, and the dogs of men, dumb as they were, recognized the new epoch. Had the ice at long last broken? Had it risen? Had it surged? Had the waters of Mackenzie finally re-emerged? To the banks they all descended, to the rocky shore they milled, to leaping fish to spring at last. Yet soon their fervour stilled. For the surface was unbroken, for the road it had not budged, for the breakup of that old Deitro had been once again misjudged. So forlorn they headed homeward, so they scanned that slushy snow. So they said once more amongst themselves, better breaks up tomorrow.
Once again, Matt Chudik, that is awesome, brother. That is awesome. I love your take on things that just seem so normal to people who are just from the north, and I have it set up way too high. 1 second. All right, yeah, definitely, Matt. I'm gonna have to have you follow me around on one of my normal shitty days and just see the take you have on that and how you spin this, because my man, I just want to see it. That is great. Okay. So like I said here, we are going to move on to some of the storytelling and joking of the evening now. The entrees, I guess, as it were, if this was like an eating thing. I don't know. My brain is starting to scramble on me now, and I'm definitely sunsetting. The next person I want to introduce here to everybody is somebody very near and dear to me for many reasons, not just because he's my dad, but because he's helping me a lot in pro wrestling, Totally Arctic Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Salotki, all the way here from Kelowna, BC. Marty is here in Inuvik. Let's give him a big round of applause, please.
Whew. Thanks to Des. Can everybody hear me good? Yeah. Speak from the diaphragm, people. It's not just for protection. All right, let's see what we can do here. These are the jokes. First of all, I want to point out, Des started out the show and tried to take claim for the word edutainment. This smart aleck SOB, that word was invented by KRS-One in 1990. A white guy from Kelowna's got to come up and school this kid on rap music from the 90s. Son of a bitch, this is how we're going to start. All right, hit all the jokes. First of all, these are all mine. Sometimes I write them while I'm high, so they're usually not that good, but we're going to do the best we can. Didn't you have to go to the bathroom? This guy's got to go for a stress shit, and he's still sitting here watching me. So why don't you go do that? Or were you saving your stress shit for when you came up here to talk after me? All right, here's my first joke. Where do detectives go to pray? Where do detectives go to pray? The Lutheran Church. Bring on jokes about the poleaxe in about 2 seconds. Been watching a lot of 1970s comedies. Sue me. I've been working on a new video game where you need to use your rhythmic skills to survive a beheading in the 1790s. It's called France, France Revolution. France, France Revolution. N36. Whatever. I listen to a lot of different music and I like to play with the lyrics. Here's one. Sing along if you know it. And I said, what about breakfast at Epiphany's? And she said, oh my God, that is brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? Blue laughs, that's all I care about. Speaking of music and speaking of stress shits, you know you've had too much coffee when your morning shit sounds like the opening riff to Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe? Clean this microphone after. And this shit that's on the stage right now. I'm gonna continue, I don't care. I asked my girlfriend if she'd been eating a lot of egg salad sandwiches lately because her farts were atrocious. She said she didn't fart. We nearly died from the natural gas leak. Women don't fart, they just wait and hold it in and explode when you don't dump the trash or some bullshit. Anyone here? I don't know a lot about Inuvik yet, I've just moved. Is there French immersion schools here? Yes, French immersion? Why don't they have French submersion and bathe these stinky Quebecois one time? One time. Man, in Kelowna, that joke would have killed. Nobody has life skills anymore, especially not up here. In BC, no one has life skills. We all work at coffee shops. We all blog. Here, you guys, you have to live off the land, and I respect that. But in BC, no life skills. In a post-apocalyptic, let's try that again. In a post-apocalyptic world, most people in BC will just be bards, traveling from hamlet to hamlet. And everyone will kick them out. It's like, we've already heard the story of George Costanza and the girlfriend and the yada, yada, yada. Be gone from our village. All right. This is how I usually want to tell my jokes. Anyway, let's tell you a fun story. Let's talk about a story. You can't see it up here. My live feed. I have a horribly bruised nose because yesterday I blacked out and smashed my face. Now, when I told my kids this, they knew I'd just gotten a COVID vaccine shot. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, is it the COVID vaccine that made you black out? Did you get dizzy and fall down? No, I wish. I wish. The problem is that living in Kelowna, living down south, way down south compared to the rest of Canadians, especially here, my girlfriend doesn't let me eat a lot of beef. I eat a lot of chicken, I eat a lot of chickpeas. And up here, I'm eating beef, I'm eating pork, I'm eating moose, and it's delicious. But you know what? It's doing a number on my colon. And I got super constipated. And I was just in the bathroom, giving her as best I could, and I was just bunged up like you wouldn't believe. And of course, like a normal person, I'm leaning over, looking at my phone, scrolling Facebook, playing Merge Mansion, taking that risk that I might get pink eye. You know how it is. Oh, now you're laughing. Good stuff, good stuff. Awesome, there we're getting it. And I'm squeezing away, and next thing you know, I wake up, and I'm face first in the bathroom sink, give myself a big goose egg on the head, nearly broke my damn nose. So now I gotta start every morning with a bowl of Raisin Bran, because apparently 46 is the new 56. Speaking of 46, thank Christ I'm 46, because Des tries to say I'm his dad. Luckily, we're only 8 years apart. I hit puberty early at 10, but thank Christ I did not hit it at 8. And speaking of taking a big shit, hopefully it's not as big as mine. That's about it for me. Deslarine! Don't clap, that's fine, thanks. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
All right, everybody, one more time for Marty Salaki. Thank you so much. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. I am about to get myself blackballed for my own community. Thank you. All right, well, a little bit about myself here, because fuck it, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about myself now. I go by Des Escamofo, Des the Escamofo, Destro the Escamofo. People ask me why. They say, why would you ever use that name Escamofo? Let me tell you, there's a long lineage in the name Escamofo. My great dad, Grady Escamofo, started Tuktoyaktuk as a community. He's lived here for a very long time. The long, rich line of Escamofos that you might not have heard about, because this line, it's been traumatized for a very long time. But I'm bringing the name back. Escamofo is here, so please, everybody, be respectful. Spell it correctly. Thank you very much. But as I did this, as I looked into this, and I said, you know, I want to find out more about who I am, about what makes me tick. Why am I this vicious asshole that just loves to burn bridges with everybody he meets and abuse people to the point that they'll lend me money and I won't pay it back? And by the way, baby, I will pay you back that $100, I swear to God. So I'm going through and I'm looking through my genealogy. You know, we got that 23andMe and all these websites that are breaking up families left and right and causing bullshit all over the north about, you said you were my dad and now you're not, and uncle's my dad and mom's not even my mom, and it's like, whoa. We don't have family trees, we have family bushes, right? It's like the muskeg. It's all really just intertwined with each other. So it took me a while, but I figured it out. I knew who my mom was. That shit was easy. She lived with me. She lived with me for long enough before she threw me away because she couldn't take it. I get it. Believe me, my wife is almost there too. I found out who my father was, or at least who I thought my father was. So I go back and I'm thinking to myself, I just want to know the circumstances of how I came to be. You know, my wife and I here, we got married, we fell in love, or so she says, and then we had our daughter. A lot of people I know have the kid, and then they find that love and they get connected afterwards. My birthday is February 6th, 1983. I knew my mom was young when she had me because, fuck, she's not that much older than me. So I did a little bit of digging, and I looked at those baby calendars on the wall at the hospital where you take the big wheel and you find out like when you were conceived and shit. So I looked back at it and I said, you know, man, my mom and dad weren't very close, so I wonder how this all went down. And sure enough, it fucking turns out I am a grad party baby, everybody. I am a grad party baby. That means I could have been thrown in the dumpster, but I wasn't, thank God. Not born at the grad, but definitely conceived at a grad party. And knowing Inuvik and just how things have progressed so much in the last 38 years, I bet you it didn't take much more than that pickup line of shot to create what you now see in front of you. So thank you very much. But now, as I started, like I said, as I learned more about myself, I want to become a better person. I want to leave more out there than I came here, right? Like, I saw the planet, this piece of shit, Inuvik sucks. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to make it better. Before I leave this earth, I want the earth to be a better place. It took me 35 years to figure that out, so please bear with me, but I'm getting there. So I'm making myself better. I'm trying to do better things. I'm telling the truth now. I'm going to the gym occasionally. But let me tell you something, nobody told me that working out was going to be such a pain in the ass. Please, the next time somebody says to me, oh, it's time for healthy living, just tell me you're always going to be hungry, you're always going to be miserable, and you're always going to be in pain. It's just your life now. It's going to feel like you just took a shit. You're going to want to wipe your ass every 5 minutes until things get out of that honeymoon phase, which is what it's called. I have no idea. But please, somebody tell me why weights weigh so fucking much. Why are weights so fucking heavy, man? Who's fucking lifting 50, 60 pounds in one hand, for Christ's sakes? Because it ain't me. I can't do that shit with two. I might think this pro wrestling thing might not be working out, honestly. I don't know. But I talk about working out. I talk about bettering myself. And a big part of that is doing yoga. Is actually getting in there and bending this fucking unflexible fat fucking ass into something that I can actually try to copy moves I see on TV. So I'm doing DDPY, I'm doing yoga, but I'm really self-conscious because my wife is a fucking dirty pervert. So I can't just do yoga at home. Like, I'm trying to bend over, and I know that bitch is ready to goose me. I haven't seen her in 20 minutes, and she's going all in like, boop. And because of the way I'm doing this, I am not relaxing. I am very relaxed. My asshole is just primed for the plucking here, and I can get pegged at any second. So that's why yoga is just not relaxing to me. I don't know what it is about yoga that's just not hitting with me. But let me tell you something. While we're talking about my wife here, my wife was talking to me today and she says to me, so am I going to be in your comedy act? Like, are you going to talk about me at all? And I said, holy fuck, I really didn't think about it till right now. But I guess I could. I guess I could. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. I didn't know what she wanted me to touch on. Did she want me to talk about the three-ways we've had, or the gangbangs, or at Fort Nelson when we got busted by the RCMP Highway Patrol for doing it on the hood of our car? So once I whittle that down and she really gives me some guidance on where she wants me to go, I'll write something out. And the next comedy show, I'll have a joke about my wife. So don't worry, it's coming. It's coming, everybody, don't worry. But, so, I do love my wife, though. You might not think it because of my behaviors or the things I say or the way I act, but I definitely do love my wife. She's my best friend, beside my dog and my PS5, my daughter. But honestly, my wife is top 5. I think if your wife is your top 5 in your life, then that's okay. You can have a best friend that you like more than your wife. My wife asks me almost every week, why do you hate me so much? It's because you're my fucking wife. It's because you're the one person that stands for responsibility in my life. When I want to sit at home in my underwear, jerk off and eat hot wings all day, playing PS5 with my buddies in England, you're the one person that says, do you still have a job? And I'm like, sorry to take a line from Homer Simpson, but it's pretty fucking obvious I don't, right? So I mean, that's my life now, honestly. And this was pre-lockdown, so people are like, oh, lockdown. No, man, fucking keep this shit going. I could do lockdown for fucking 10 more years. Let's keep it going here. I'm getting some good definition in my right arm. Things are actually happening. But I do play a lot of video games. But I don't play them well. You know how people play fucking video games? Like Blue Wilder, you're in the back nodding, this fucking mookhead. He's like, yeah, I play video games a lot too. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't tell if that was a thumb or a middle finger, but I'll call it a thumb for sure, brother. People who spend as much time as me playing video games should be so much fucking better than I am. I am so bad. We started playing Call of Duty. If you guys know what Call of Duty is, obviously if you don't, then you're fucking fossil. I can't help you. Call of Duty is a shooting game based in war zones, and essentially you're shooting and you're taking out your opponents, helping your team taking out your opponents. Fucking people are dropping out of planes, left and right, kicking in doors, fucking shooting people with shotguns, fucking faces, bang, no scopes, headshots, bang, bang, left and right. And there's my ass sitting in the corner crying behind a rock, writing letters home. Dear baby, this is fucking brutal, I'm sorry. I wish I was back at home with you. And they're like, Des, where the fuck are you? It's a video game. And I'm like, bro, this is way too intense for me. I already feel like I'm shitting myself all day long because of my horrible diet and my lack of activity. I don't need the stress that comes along with the anxiety of trying to pretend like I'm in a war zone, because that's how real those games feel to me now, is I'm literally there writing letters and I'm not at all helpful to my team. So Blue, you know this, that you carry me, your shoulders have got to be fucking as sore as Marty's, as bad as he carried me in that match we did in 2018 at Proving Ground. Shout out to TAW really quick. Wow, that's TAW response. Okay, great. But like I said, I played a lot of video games because I didn't fucking have a traditional upbringing. And stop. Right now I've got like 50 aunties and 45 cousins who are gonna flame my fucking phone and tell me that wasn't their fault. And it wasn't their fault at all. They invited me to come out in the land every fucking chance they could. Come out fishing, come out this, come out that. I'm sorry, but it involves leaving the house and we live in the Arctic. I'm not fucking dumb. But what the thing was is, I remember being like 8 years old, so young that it was like, yeah, we're living in the north here. I haven't figured out who I am, but I know I'm a fucking nerd and I might be gay later on in life. I'm not sure yet, I haven't made up my mind. But I knew that I didn't want to go out there and risk myself. So my uncle from Tuck, he calls me up one day and he says, Desmond, because a lot of people called me Desmond back then. I'm so glad I got past that. He says, Desmond, why aren't you coming out whaling with us? We can bring you out whaling and we'll show you the traditional life. Come on, don't be a little bitch. And my uncle wasn't very well, and he said other things, but it's 2021, and I'm trying to not get canceled, so I won't repeat exactly what my uncle said to me. But he wasn't very proud about the fact that I didn't want to go with him. And I told him, I said, I am not going out whaling. Because prior to that point in my life, the only whale I ever knew about was Monstro from Pinocchio. And I've seen the boats they go whaling with, and they're about 12-foot lungs, little tin cans. And I'm like, I'm not chasing Monstro in this tiny boat and getting eaten like Pinocchio and sending letters home to who I thought would be my boyfriend, but that didn't really pan out, did it? But so that was it, whaling for Monstro, man. I was so pissed scared about it, I did not even think about that belugas were the size they are, which are still pretty impressive, don't get me wrong, but beluga is definitely impressive. But I thought we were going after Monstro, and I said, no, I'm not having any of that. You can take the traditional life, and I will take Mortal Kombat. Thank you very much. But I started learning about this. I said, I don't want to be somebody that I'm not. So I started to find out more about myself, and that became sort of a journey through sexual fluidity, as I call it. I didn't know where I was going to land, and unfortunately I can't get into a lot of details because if you out yourself in a small community, you're probably outing your best friends too. So I'm not going to get too far into that, but let me just say this. Watching Yellowstone these days, oh my God, I am ready to move out into the country here, okay? I'm ready to move out into the country and get pegged by some cowboys, and I'm just going to live in the bunkhouse, and that's how it's going to be here. My wife knows this very well. When Superman Returns came out, and Brandon Routh starred in it, we saw the movie, and like a couple of weeks later, I had a nightmare. I call it a nightmare because it was just unsettling to me, and I got nothing against the lifestyle. But I was full on making out with Superman on a beach. And for that reason, I told myself I was just a little bit too scared to watch Superman again. So that's just why we might not see this new Snyder cut of Justice League for a while, is because I hear that it's looking pretty good with Henry Cavill, so I might not make it through. But we'll figure it out, but that's it though, is I think that, I just told myself, I said, shit or get off the pot, man. Marry the girl, figure it out later where you want to be. So I got married, and 14 years later, I'm still not sure where I land on the spectrum, but I love my wife, that counts, right? That's something. But as you can tell, I tend to take it too far. I like to take things from a comfortable level of, that was pretty funny, or fuck, this guy's really not entertaining, but he thinks he is, to, wow, he really shouldn't have said that, right? He's fucking definitely, what's his end game here? And that becomes the thing, is what is my end game? And that's a question I can't even answer any of the time. I used to be a mad drunk. Okay, well, I'm still kind of not a mad drunk, but I get drunk. Am I still an alcoholic? Okay, years ago, I got to go on a trip here to get my passport. And what that meant was I had to go check out the passport office at 10:30 in the morning. And they left me to my own devices for the rest of the day. I had to be on a plane in 4 days. And if you give me 4 days time in the city, I swear to God, I will get pissed drunk. And that's what happened. I ended up going to the hotel bar at, I started at Fat Burger from breakfast. That's always a fucking good sign that this story is going to end well. You start off at Fat Burger with a beer and a burger and chicken fingers, and it did not go up from there. Let me tell you, if you thought this story was going to end on a high note, believe me, you were fucking very wrong. Start off at Fat Burger, and I'll make my way over to the pub, and by noon, I'm on my 4th drink. The bartender asked me what I planned for today, and I said, my friend, you and I are about to become best friends. Or you're going to fucking hate me worse than my wife does. One or the other. I started drinking. I remember a poutine somewhere in there because I thought to myself, after about 8 or 9 pints of craft beer, this might be a good idea to eat something. And then I puked in the bathroom, and I remember distinctly taking it out with my hands and putting it in the garbage because I didn't want to go all the way to the toilet, and some big handsome dude came in, and fuck me if I'm going to be the fucking guy taking puke in my hands and telling him everything's okay. I woke up in my hotel room 8 hours later, naked from the waist down, covered in piss. My jeans are in the hallway, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to learn where to draw the line. How can I avoid taking this too far? Where can I find the silver lining in any of this? So I look at my phone, and I call my very understanding wife, who was very upset because I hadn't talked to her in 8 hours. And the last time she heard from me, I said I was on my 12th drink in the city, and she had no way to keep tabs. As somebody who does not trust me very well, and I totally understand why, she was worried. I was worried. Fuck, where are my pants, man? Holy shit. I told her, I said, somebody pissed my pants. And she said, no, you probably pissed your pants. And I said, okay, well, or this could have gotten very more interesting. I don't know yet. I totally blacked out. But the thing that scares me to this day is I was in that bar drinking, and I ended up in my hotel room. And I don't know how I got there, if there was some silver-winged angel there that just had my back, and there were guardian angels looking out for me, or what. But I really thank God. So I have slowed it down. I've taken it back a bit here, and I know when to draw the line in some aspects of my life. Not every aspect. Hey, fuck, I'm not perfect. Believe me, I live on the west end of Inuvik. I know what it's like. I was born in the west end. I'll die in the west end of Inuvik. I just know now when to draw the line about certain things, like when it comes to social faux pas. I absolutely refuse to fart in my father-in-law's house. I absolutely, for respect for the man, and also because I don't want him to see how gross a pig I ever, I find reasons to leave his living room and the actual house when I have to fart when we're in Edmonton. So what I'll do is I'll go out for weed, and I'll smoke more weed than I want, and I'll just sometimes stand out there literally and not smoke weed because I don't have much. Standing out on the porch to fart is something where you think about, what am I doing with my life, to the point that maybe I'll just fart in front of the man, and figure it out. But again, he's very intimidating. I don't know exactly where I was going with this one. I just knew that I had to share the line that I can't fart in front of my father-in-law, and for some reason I think it speaks to just my understanding of confrontations. So maybe by the next time you see me here, I will have farted in his presence, and then maybe we'll have a whole different thing going on. But who knows? But farting is so satisfying, isn't it? Isn't it just nice to just let go of gas once in a while? And I'm not going to get into that whole smelling your own and all that shit, no, because we all know that's good. No, I'm just saying it's good. It's just something that's satisfying. You know, I'm seeing a lot of satisfying stuff on the internet. You know, there's these apps here, you got people cutting soap, and you're watching fucking people cut soap for 20 minutes, and you're wondering, the fuck's going on in my life, and I got time to fritter away like this, and you remember, oh yeah, right, I fucking don't have anything to do, so I'm just gonna watch this video. Fucking, you know what really is satisfying, and I don't know if Blue is gonna help me out here Logan can for sure, Logan's gonna help me out, is punching drywall, man. Where the fuck is the app where I could just take a nice sheet of drywall and just punch holes in it with my phone? Because I know I know personally it's just so satisfying, and I'm so sick and tired of paying landlords for it. So if anybody out there listening to this right now has any app developing fucking work here, I have ideas. I have ideas, they're bad, but they're ideas. They're ideas. Thank you guys so much for sticking through all this shit tonight. Honestly, I didn't mean to drag on as long as I have, but I've got a lot of shit to say, and I've got even more to say it. I am trying not to bury myself because I am trying to run for a mayoral run in October, and I'm hoping that by then I'm not going to shit the bed and get blackballed out of town. So we will see how it goes. There's still many, many times that I can do that. But I want to leave you with one thing here. We've talked on a lot of serious topics. We've seen a lot of awesome talent here tonight. We've heard some jokes and stories. But please, if there's one thing I want you to take away from tonight, if there's one thing I can just leave with you as, man, that is Dez's message. It's just masturbate with both hands. My fucking right arm is like 8K right now, while my left arm is still in the Betamax days here, okay? Please, balance yourself out. I'm going to the gym to right the ship, but that's all I can say to you right now is masturbate with both hands. Thank you guys very much for being such a great audience. Thank you for coming out tonight in Inuvik. Thank you for everybody watching at home. Thank you to Arctic Paws. I'm so sorry you had to put your name on this bullshit for me. But everybody, please give money to Arctic Paws. Have a great night. Drive safe. Walk home safe. Enjoy the spring. Hopefully we'll see you guys again in a month. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you again so much. Donate to Arctic Paws. I'm going to say it one more time here. I know you guys already have, and I know you will again, but please, again, thank you guys so much.